One concept we would like to focus on is the social responsibility of organizations in the U.S. The book defines social responsibility as the set of obligations an organization has to protect and enhance the social context in which it functions. There are two sides to this concept: people that argue for and people that argue against the social responsibility of organizations. Regarding the pro-social responsibility group, people argue that because businesses create problems, they should also help solve them. More often than not, businesses have the proper resources to form a solution. Many of the problems that businesses create are pollution and resource depletion. Because of this side of the argument views businesses as partners and citizens within society, the entities should work towards a solution. Arguments against social responsibility claim that the goal of a business is to create profit and that looking out to solve every problem a business creates can compromise that profit. If a business decides to donate to a charity, that's profit that its shareholders miss out on. People with this view also argue that businesses do not have all the necessary skills to solve social problems and that conflicts of interest can arise. A business is given a lot of power when they choose which social programs to support, and if personal incentives or lack of understanding influence these choices, the contribution might be unproductive at the end of the day. Social responsibility of organizations applies to many different areas. This term can apply to how organizations follow laws, how their behavior complies with ethical standards, and how much they donate to charity. In addition, the firm's organizational structure revolving how they respond to whistleblowing also falls under social responsibility. Next, we have a company's recent decision to fix one of the problems they have created over the years and take charge of their social responsibility in society.
In Britain, many companies are choosing to switch from plastic to paper straws. The latest company to decide to do so is an American staple, McDonald's. By the end of the next year, each of the 1,361 British McDonald's locations plan to phase out plastic straws completely. Why is this becoming a popular move among many British companies? A British study revealed that 1 million birds and over 100,000 sea mammals are killed from swimming into plastic each year. What gives consumers the ability to enjoy a beverage with their meal for about 10 minutes comes at a great cost. One straw takes about 200 years to decompose. McDonald's will start using paper straws that are biodegradable and only take about 60 days to compose. Not only that, but the McDonald's locations plan to move the straws behind the front counter, encouraging more customers to go strawless with their meals. However, paper straws do have downsides. They are less durable and can become soggy if left in a drink for too long. They make drinking thicker drinks, like a milkshake, more difficult. And they are a little bit pricier than plastic straws. McDonald's is taking the risk of upsetting customers when they switch to paper straws. If McDonald's was to argue against social responsibility, they could say that switching to paper straws reduces their profit, and making profit is their one purpose as a business, and therefore they should not have to switch to paper straws. However, in this case, McDonald's is assuming their social responsibility. They are aware of the negative environmental impacts that plastic straws cause and have found an alternative solution to minimize their environmental footprint. While this decision has only affected the British McDonald's locations, this decision may soon come to the United States. Already, U.S. cities are banning plastic straws like Seattle and Fort Myers, so a major shift in the choice of straw material could be in place everywhere in our future. In summary, social responsibility is how an organization protects the society in which it resides in. Arguments exist both for and against social responsibility. British McDonald's have made a decision supporting social responsibility as they reduce their environmental impact from switching from plastic to paper straws.
The other concept that we're going to focus on in this presentation is the concept of organizational culture. The textbook defines organizational culture as the set of values, beliefs, behaviors, customs, and attitudes that helps the organization's members understand what it stands for, how it does things, and what it considers important. When researching this presentation, we wanted to learn a bit more about what organizational culture really was. The Harvard Business Review wrote an incredible piece where they interviewed over 300 individuals on what organizational culture was. Some interviewees said, culture is how organizations do things. Others said, organizational culture is the sum of values and rituals which serve as glue to integrate the members of the organization. And others said, organizational culture is shaped by the main culture of the society we live in, albeit with greater emphasis on particular parts of it. All of these definitions are important because they help us define the current event we're discussing: companies switching from plastic to paper straws. Earlier in this video, we focused on McDonald's in Britain and how they are choosing to forego the plastic straw due to social responsibility. However, McDonald's is not the only company who is choosing to pay the higher price for paper straws. According to BusinessWeek.com, Starbucks is also planning to eliminate all single-use plastic straws by 2020. Customers in Seattle and Vancouver will be the very first to watch Starbucks as it implements the first part of this plan: new strawless lids in paper straws. In January of 2018, earlier this year, Starbucks announced that the plan to eliminate single-use plastic straws from its 28,000 plus stores across the world. In fact, the coffee chain is also trying to reduce the 6 billion disposable cups that it issues to the coffee drinkers of the world each year. Starbucks was the first and the largest food and beverage company to make this environmental and global commitment. But why? Why make all the effort? Why pour in all the money and the resources to make this change? I'll let Michael take it away.
The reason why Starbucks is making this huge organizational change is due to the organizational culture. Again, culture is a set of values, beliefs, behaviors, customs, and attitudes that helps the organization's members understand what it stands for, how it does things, and what it considers important. Starbucks has a clear set of values. It's written all over their website. Starbucks has 5 main core values and a mission statement. 2 of the core values and the mission statement are applicable to this situation. 2 of the core values are as follows: acting with courage, challenging the status quo, and we are performance-driven through the lens of humanity. Their mission statement reads as, to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. The organizational culture, and thus what the organization advocates and delivers, is based on these core beliefs. The company believes that they exist to challenge the status quo, and they exist to act on challenging the status quo, not just talking about it. And finally, they exist to inspire others to follow suit, changing lives one person, one cup, one neighborhood, and perhaps one ocean at a time. In the Harvard Business Review article, someone stated, organizational culture is shaped by the main culture of the society we live in, albeit with greater emphasis on particular parts of it. Starbucks based their organizational culture on both helping the society we all live in and by challenging the status quo of that society. Starbucks knew that there were 8 million metric tons of plastic entering the ocean every year. They were not afraid to challenge the status quo and sit on the sidelines. They acted with courage, and through the lens of humanity, they executed upon their core values. And humanity will react to this change in a positive manner. People will appreciate what Starbucks is trying to do by eliminating plastic waste from the environment. This can lead to greater performance and thus the counter for more expensive paper products. To summarize, organizational culture is set from within an organization, and it determines how the organization operates, their morals, what they stand for, and what's important to them. McDonald's and Starbucks are 2 companies that are showing a piece of what their organizational culture is like by taking the social responsibility to take on the challenge of decreasing plastic waste in the environment by switching from plastic to paper straws.